I am the developer of the game Northern Journey, available on Steam. Please check it out in the link below. This devlog will first discuss the cave diving game and its sad conclusion. Let's talk about Trout. I wanted some life into the river. Moving foliage in a way. The animation was made by tracking a sine wave, a technique I discovered when animating the snakes in Northern Journey. That is a tip for anybody needing undulating movement, which I found to be otherwise impossible to make manually. Anyways, it looks nice enough, and the player will only see them shooting by as they are afraid of you. The AI of a fish is also quite fun to make. It is just some simple pathfinding in combination with distance checking. Then I wanted to make a simple cave bug. For Northern Journey I made so many similar creatures, so this was just like old times. In the deep they look kind of cool crawling at the bottom. Next I randomly made a warped outhouse with a locked door. These things are a good opportunity to add some flavor and fun to an otherwise boring lock. And now down we go with the fishes again, but not the nice type. A fat fish with large teeth is what any submerged cave needs. Add some not so simple blueprint code into the head and suddenly I had a fun little puzzle. Anyways, do not worry about spoilers. This will, as hinted earlier, not make it into any finished game. Next was a little small knock pond. Frogspawn creatures live here, in murky, boggy waters. And now things get really crazy. Cake decorations. Gingerbread house. What could this mean? Let us visit the inhabitants of the sweet hut. I will cheat and push the activate button, which will enable the poison cooked Frogspawn. H and G is free. While all of this is quite fun, it is actually not what I wanted. It is a blind spot. The cave diving game I want to be claustrophobic and cold, not silly and fairy tale like. Most of this you have seen will not be included, but only live in this YouTube video. The future of the cave diving game is really uncertain, although I have a new concept of what it should be. Finally, we come to the real game I am making. I had a little writer retreat some days in this warm and friendly place, and came back having matured the game in my head. First comes the FBS Hunt. You better get this part right, since you are stuck with them for the rest of the game. And they are modular this time, meaning I can change gloves and so on. Next thing is a glider. I was not sure how it would fit into the game, but once I experienced it in-game, I knew it was really cool. A mode of transport like this is also important to be aware of early for level design and blocking. So just a few days ago I made the evil sword. I will not show you all the things it does, but you'll get the idea. It was a huge job animating the whole arm movement set, but it is a real investment for the rest of the game dev process. Some different shader techniques was also explored. The first enemy, the skeleton, then had its system upgraded. I now have a simple and robust method for detecting damage. It works great. Thank you to the one who suggested it in the YouTube comment on an earlier video. Lastly, a little technical comparison for those of you doing Unreal game dev. This project uses forward rendering, but I made a duplicate and changed this to deferred rendering, which is the default for Unreal Engine. Now check out the FPS counter. I understand this will vary greatly according to what type of assets you use, lighting system and all, but for this project it really makes a difference. And sorry for the late devlog, by the way. It has been a confusing time for me. And actually, Northern Journey has been nominated for Best Norwegian Game of the Year in Norway. I hope it can open some doors for me.